The ASpot is a very special area on a woman's body, but it's also a bit of a hidden gem because not many men and not even all women know about it. It's located inside of the vagina, and stimulating it skillfully can give her particularly powerful vaginal orgasms, without mentioning a lot of blissful pleasure. So what exactly is the ASpot, how to find it, and how to best stimulate it? Keep watching to find out. My name is Helena Nista and I make videos that help you have the best sex of your life. And today we're discussing the best ways to pleasure her ASpot. So it's very likely that you've previously heard of the G-spot, which is more accurately referred to as the clito-urethro-vaginal complex, because it's an area where the back of her clitoris meets with the urethral sponge and the vaginal wall. A lot of women really enjoy the stimulation of the G-spot, and you can reach it by inserting a finger about 2 to 3 inches inside of the vaginal canal and by stimulating the anterior wall of her vagina, the wall closer to her belly. Now, if you go a bit deeper along the same vaginal wall behind the G-spot, you're going to encounter her ASpot. This absolutely magical cluster of nerves is located about 4 inches in, and when stroked can produce pleasure that feels deep, profound and expansive. For a woman who has never before experienced a good targeted stimulation of her ASpot, this can feel a little unusual at first. So it's important to go slow in the beginning and to approach this area with patience and curiosity. I actually still remember the very first time when I had my ASpot stimulated by my partner, because it completely blew my mind. My vaginal canal is not very long, so my partner was able to reach it with his fingers. And as he kept stroking and massaging it, my body and mind just kept exploding into these cosmic particles of orgasmic ecstasy. I think that's the best way that I can describe it. And if that's not a good enough incentive for you to play with her ASpot or with your own ASpot if you're a woman, there are a few other great things about it. Stroking it helps the vagina lubricate better. It brings more blood flow to the area. It makes the intercourse a lot more pleasurable for her. And it makes the woman a lot more likely to orgasm during penetration. The only problem about the ASpot is that it can be a bit difficult to access. Fingers can be typically pretty good here, unless her vaginal canal is on the longer side, in which case you might not be able to reach it. Your penis should be able to get all the way there, but it's not exactly the most precise instrument when it comes to stimulating her ASpot, which is why there's nothing quite like a good sex toy that specifically targets that area. And I might have just found the best tool for this job. LELO, who kindly agreed to sponsor this video, thank you so much guys, recently came out with Enigma, a double sonic massager. And I have already tested this bad boy on my own ASpot so that I can share my personal thoughts and feelings about it. And look, I test a lot of different sex toys. This is my world, this is my passion, this is the kind of things I have to do for you guys. And most sex toys are fun and good and enjoyable to play with. But once in a while comes a real game changer in the world of sex toys. And I believe that I actually found one of those. Okay, let's talk specs. Let's have a look at this. The light. It is very lightweight. It is made of body-safe silicone. It is waterproof. It is rechargeable. It comes with a cable. You can easily recharge the battery. It is also very flexible and very bendable. As you can see, I can move it in different directions, because it's very important for the creators at LELO that their toys are functional for many different body shapes and sizes. I actually really love the design. It looks kind of futuristic and like it belongs on a spaceship, but it is extremely easy to use. So what you need to do is, first of all, you need to apply a lubricant particularly to this section, because this part is going to go inside of the vagina. It's also a good idea to apply some lubricant here to this section that is going to sit on top of the clitoris. And what is absolutely amazing about this toy is that it's actually a triple stimulator. As I said, this part here sends waves, sonic waves, to stimulate the clitoris. This section here sits against the G-spot and it vibrates and stimulates the G-spot. And this tip of this toy, this sonic tip, projects waves to stimulate the ASpot that we've been talking about here. And that's the part that actually completely blew my mind and sent me to altered states of consciousness when I was playing with this toy. Because yes, there are vibrators that stimulate the clitoris, there are G-spot stimulators and massagers as well, and there are also now coming out more and more toys that stimulate both those erogenous zones at the same time. But to add the ASpot to this mix, that is just next level magic. And this sonic technology that I'm talking about here is a fantastic feature because it means that this toy stimulates deep into the tissues of the body. So it's not just about stimulating the surface of these three areas. This toy actually stimulates a lot deeper. It kind of sends these waves that project deep into the body, stimulating more broad and larger erogenous zones. And this is so important when it comes to stimulating the ASpot because this tip will send those waves and stimulate the ASpot regardless of how far it is, how deep it is located inside of the vagina. So practically what that means, and basically what was my experience with Enigma, was that those waves and all that stimulation traveling through my body just felt so incredibly satisfying. Like that's just the word that kept popping into my head. Satisfying. Like, oh my God, that is just so incredibly satisfying. It actually felt like, and please don't laugh at me when I say this, it actually felt like those sonic waves were like traveling all the way up to my throat, like literally reaching through my core, through my body, and just expanding through my chest, my belly, and through my throat. So yes, I'm serious when I say that this thing is a game changer. It's not exactly the quietest toy out there, but it's not too loud either. It feels very soft to touch and actually quite warm to touch as well, which is lovely. And the battery holds the charge pretty well, so you don't have to be afraid of running out of juice in the middle of your session. I also want to show you another great thing, which is the app that comes with it. Now, connecting this toy Enigma to the app wasn't the easiest thing for me, but it's possible that I'm just technologically challenged. So if it happens to you too, just try 2 or 3 times and then it's gonna work. So there are different modes and different ways to operate the different motors inside of the toy. And there are these sort of more manual modes where you can sort of pick from the list and just stay with a particular kind of stimulation. Like, for example, let's try something. There's different modes here. There's 8 different modes. The first one is relaxed. Then we've got daring, stimulated, thrilled, delighted. Oh my God, I love these names. Overjoyed, exhilarated, and ecstasy. So I actually really love the ecstasy for more sort of a teasing experience. You know, I felt like that's not quite gonna get me to the orgasm, but it's just gonna tease me beautifully. And then I found the stimulated mode amazing for just going all the way there. Okay, so let me see if I can give you a little presentation. Let's go for ecstasy. And now you have to press start. So this is already working. I pressed start, and then you kind of move your phone to adjust the intensity of the stimulation. So right now the Enigma is performing the ecstasy mode, which means that one of the motors is going in sort of a I guess stable way, and then the other one is kind of going up and down in intensity. Okay, let's hit stop. And I also want to show you the advanced mode. So there are 2 advanced modes. One is called Finish Me Off. The other one is called Out of Control. So they also kind of come with a bit of a visual, I guess, representation at the same time. Let's hit start to the Finish Me Off mode. So you've got a lot of different things happening when it comes to the stimulation here. This is the tip that vibrates against the G-spot, and here is the clitoral stimulation. So this part sits against the clitoris, this part goes inside of the vagina to stimulate and vibrate against the G-spot, and the sonic tip is sending those waves to penetrate deep, you know, for that kind of expanded ASpot stimulation. I did find this mode quite powerful. I started off with this because I was curious, and then I was like, whoa, this is like, I need to slow down. I need to go with something a bit more gentle to start with, and then I switched off to this mode. The other advanced mode is called out of control. So let's try this one. There's so much variety going on here. Like, I don't know if you can hear it. I can hear it. I can feel it against my fingers. Yeah, and I could definitely feel it against my A-spot, G-spot, my clitoris, and everything else. Wow. So, okay, let's stop this one now. Whew. I hope that was as exciting for you as it was for me. Definitely please check out Enigma. I have put the link in the description below this video. Please check out all the information on LELO's website about Enigma and about all their other toys as well. They have an amazing range to choose from. But most of all, please make sure that you learn about your own body, what it's capable of, especially when it comes to your pleasure, your erotic pleasure, your orgasmic pleasure. So many women don't realize the full potential, the full orgasmic and pleasure potential that their bodies hold. And the A-spot alone is such a magnificent erogenous zone. So please learn more about your body, your vagina, your A-spot, and how to best stimulate it. And I do hope that you add Enigma to your own sexy drawer or naughty drawer, and that it gives you a lot of pleasure and satisfaction in your sex life.